Hi you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back to another Project Life Process video. In this video, I'm working on week 19 from 2017. So I'm just throwing my photos where I want them to go, and you see me do this every week, and then cutting up my 3x4s. I've had some people ask me how I, since my week in the life process videos, how I print the borders on those photos, those 3x4 photos. If you are at all interested, I will have a link in the description below that will show you how I create those in Lightroom, and also how you can do it in Photoshop. That photo that I had of my husband was one that I took. He needed a business photo, so I just took those for him. And because I had just taken those photos when I was working on this layout, and I needed another photo to print out, I just decided to go ahead and print it. And then I just, put it on the other side, something that I'm going to use when I work on week 20. That right there is a Post-it note that my daughter left for me on my computer, which I thought was really cute. Occasionally she will use my computer. So I loved getting that little note from her, and I definitely wanted to include it in this week. So the main kit that I'm going to be using this week is Ali Edwards' Brave Kit. It just came in the mail, and I was super excited to get my hands on it, and I really wanted to use it. And as I'm editing this video, it is the current theme that's going on right now. I have heard, unfortunately, that it is sold out, which is unfortunate because it's a fabulous kit. But I just wanted to plug her kits a little bit. Ali Edwards, her kits are very intentional to telling stories. So if you're a big scrapbooker and you want to tell these longer stories, these kits are so fabulous for that. But also when you're just documenting and telling stories through the avenue of Project Life, it is a fabulous way, really a lot of thoughtful products to help you be able to tell both of those kinds of stories. So I would definitely check them out. I love the themes every month and how it really helps you to start thinking about different ways to tell stories and other stories that you could tell that maybe you haven't thought before. And that's what I really loved about the Brave Kit, is I felt like that, it just came in the mail. I was really excited to use it, and I felt like I could probably use it on any week, because in any given week, there's all kinds of stories of bravery to tell. You just have to look for them. So sometimes I think it can be helpful to say, okay, this week I'm going to go throughout my week and I'm going to look for stories of bravery, or I'm going to look for opportunities to tell stories with numbers, just thinking about some of the kits she's had in the past. So I just really love that about Ali's kits. And it turns out that this week actually ended up being a great week for telling some stories about bravery. Once I got into it and started thinking about the stories that I wanted to tell, they really just started jumping out at me. For instance, this photo that I'm working on right now, my daughter, I don't want to say that she's shy, but she has a really hard time just like asking for ketchup. So for her to do fundraising is a really big deal for her. So I was actually really proud of her that she would go around the neighborhood and she would fundraise, and I could imagine that is like 100 times harder than just going up and asking for ketchup, is asking people to, donate. Obviously they're getting something in return, but you understand, I think that's hard to do. And I was really proud of her for being brave. And, obviously she had people say no. And then obviously she had some people that said yes as well. So I was just really proud of her for pushing herself to do something that was hard. So that was a really great story of bravery. It is something that kind of crossed my mind that I had written down previously as the week was going on, but I didn't think of it in terms of the kit. So I was just really happy that, there were some cards to go along with that as well. So this card, actually, all the other cards came from Ali Edwards' kit, but this one came from Studio Calico, and it's really hard to see, but basically each box is a day of the week. So it's Monday through Sunday. So there's 7 sections. And what I did is I went through each day and I pulled something out that was kind of major that day, or one of the main things that happened that day, which I thought was really great. And as I was doing that, I realized that this was the week that my mom had had her surgery. And for whatever reason, those photos did not come up in my Lightroom collection. So I went back and looked for it. And sure enough, it was there, which I was happy about, because sometimes I always have this fear that I'm not going to download a photo from my card, you know, because I've got like so many cards going at once, but it turns out that it actually just was, for some reason, it didn't come up, or it was kind of hidden on me. So I just went ahead and printed that photo out, and then I'm going to do a little bit of journaling on that card that says Brave Looks Like This, that has the orange circle on it. That card also came from Ali Edwards' kit. So now I'm moving on to the title card, and I'm just going to be stamping the date with my rolling date stamp with the Hero Arts Unicorn ink. It's a white pigment ink. And that card also came from Ali Edwards' Brave kit that just has a quote on there as well, a sentiment that I wanted to highlight for this week. But of course, those flowers are beautiful as well. So the word phrases that you're seeing me use, this came from Ali Edwards, but it was an extra for the kit. It didn't actually come in the kit, but it was extra. This is something that she started new with her story subscription, so we'll see how it goes. I don't think that I'll be able to purchase something every time, but I really loved this theme, and I knew that I'd be able to use those word strips on lots of things. So I wanted to go ahead and snag those. And so I'm just putting them, I just ended up putting it on a couple of the photos that I thought worked really well with them. The one of my mom, and then that one of me, that was a story of actually getting a mammogram. So the card next to it is a story about being brave as well. It says on the top, a story when I was brave. So I just went ahead and told the story about that as well. So I'm moving things around. One thing that I didn't realize, I mean, this was very serendipitous when it comes to this spread. A lot of the cards in Ali's, the cards in her kit were very bold, the bold orange, that bold yellow. And then, you know, the Post-it note that I had of my daughter, that was this bold teal. And I didn't realize until the end when I was actually looking at the spread, or when I was moving things around, that I thought it just looked really great together, that there's this bold yellow and orange and teal. The colors all came from the same family. So I thought it ended up working out really well. I absolutely love it when that happens. Okay, so the stamp set that I'm using right now, so let me just preface it by saying what I want to do is I've got some word phrases on some photos. So I wanted to just add a little bit of stamping. And so I grabbed over the word phrases. This actually came from, the stamps came from Ali Edwards' December Daily, not from the kit, but during that time period. It was just these word phrases. And I particularly grabbed those over. I was just looking for something. But I wanted to show you that when you buy things that are intended for one thing, they can be used for lots of things. So this actually was intended for Christmas time. So you know, a lot of those sentiments would go great for Christmas time, but I'm showing you right now that a lot of these sentiments can go great all year round. So keep that in mind when you're investing in products, especially like stamps. Definitely look for the ones that can be useful all year round, and most of the time they are. I think one of the stamps said finding joy, and that's definitely something that you can use on every week in Project Life, or even on some scrapbook pages. So one more thing before I'm done with this spread. So I have some inserts. This was the week of Mother's Day actually, and I was going to add that photo into one of the pockets, but I decided to do it on the back side of the card that my husband made for me. What you are not going to see in this is that I draw a box around the photo, and then I do a little bit of journaling onto that white space as well. The next insert is my 12 of 12 project. If you are interested in hearing more about that, it's basically a day in the life where I take one day, which is the 12th of every month, and I take pictures all day long, and then I put them into a collage, and then I just add them right to the book. So if you want more information, down below you will see a link to my website that will tell you all about it, and you can see some of my other collages as well. All right, you guys, I am done with this spread. Thank you so much for being here and watching this. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. That way you will be able to get updates and see when I put something live on YouTube. And if you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up. All right, you guys, we will catch you in the next one. Bye.